This conference will now be recorded.
ಬೇಡಿ ಗುರು ಅವಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್. So good evening all. Am I audible? So last class we completed tax on sales and purchases by creating T5 and T6, and which I've demonstrated, and few of them not attended. Just you go through that contents, then people able to understand that. Okay. So I gave you last class just only introduction part of financial statement versions. That also called as FSV. So to create financial statements like a balance sheet and profit and loss account, we are using this FSV, financial statement version. The list of general ledgers, what and all you created here, asset ledgers, then liabilities ledgers. Okay, that entire chart of account ledgers which are applicable to create a financial statements. General ledger accounts can be used as the legal regulations to generate the financial statements. Then financial statements versions are used to create the financial statements to run the financial statements this account balance reports, also general accounting planning, we're preparing this financial statement versions. So today we'll talk about what and all prerequisites and what is the maintenance language, item keys, then chart of account, then group account number, and functional area. So that and all we'll see in the practical session. So to define statements, some of the prerequisites, as I said, which versions we are running, preparing statements, and also the maintenance language and item keys supposed to be used, and chart count that we will see. So to prepare financial statements, start from SPRO, SAP reference IMG, SAP reference IMG, then financial accounting, then general ledger accounting. Next we have business transactions. Then there is an option called as closing, then document, then we have define financial statement version, then click execute. So when you opt for this one, okay, we'll try to understand what about this financial statement version. So this is general ledger account can be used as per legal regulations to generate the financial statement, final statements. So financial statement version are used to create the financial statements. To run account balance reports and for GL account planning. You can also use define multiple financial statement version to generate financial statements in different format. So whatever format you want, you can run this. So use this steps. This is what following steps given below to create financial statement. So whenever opt this, so from here onwards, you have to click new entries So in that, enter the financial statement version, enter the description of the financial statement version, the next maintenance language, whatever language you want that you enter. Then next is to be item keys auto. It's saying that keys of financial statement items, keys of financial statement items are assigned manually or automatically when you when the financial statement version are defined. So whenever you create financial statement version, make ensure how you want it to have manually or automatically. Next is asking chart of account COA. So it means all accounts from this chart of account can be assigned when you define the financial statements. If you do not specify a chart of account, accounts from the several chart of account can be assigned when you define the financial statement. Next is asking group group account number. Group account number. Enter this indicators that specifies the group account numbers should be assigned instead of account numbers when you define financial statement version. Next we have functional area parameter. So this indicators is used to make it possible to assign functional areas or accounts in the financial statement version. Once the above fields are defined, you can click on the save configuration and to generate change request number. To edit this financial statement version, click on financial statement terms or items. You can maintain notes in version. So this is the steps where we can prepare. But before we preparing this, as I said, the requirement for this one is chart of account and general ledger to prepare this. So yesterday, in the yesterday class, I gave that overview. So financial statement version is defined to create balance sheet and profit and loss account statement, and the financial statement version defined to get the financial statement in the required manner as per the legal requirement. And one more, as specified that we can have multiple financial statement as we required. Can have multiple financial statement version as required. But prerequisites here, number one is already listed chart of accounts, and number two is general ledger account. Then instead of menu path, if you're looking for T codes, OB58, so here we can use this T code OB58. Okay, now let's see in our system. SPRO, SAP reference AMG, financial accounting, next general ledger accounting, next business transactions, next we have closing, then document, click on this document. Here we have an option called as define financial statement version. So this is the steps which I gave in the notepad, so you can follow that. Just you click here. Then you click new entries. When you opt for this new entries, I specified that what are the parameters are asking for financial statement versions. One is name, then maintain language, item key for auto or manual, and chart of account and group account number, and functional area parameters. So this is already I explained there in the notepad. So just you go through that. So and specify the details what is required. So first, could you tell me what is the name of the company that day we created? So use the chat box and just to share that what is the name of the company. Dear students, are you in the line? What is the name of the company we created? Good Aishwarya. So 7676. So here we will take 7676 and name that as financial statement for 7676. The next thing is this to be English. Then chart of account again 7676. That's all. And then finally, if everything is okay, there is an option called as financial statement item. So make ensure in this notepad I specified there financial statement items to be defined. Clear, right? So here clearly I mentioned this financial statement version. Click on financial statement items where you can maintain the notes in financial means which versions items supposed to be required. Okay, so we'll see here. Now we come back to our application. Click on financial statement items, but is asking the entry already exists with the same key. Okay, so it means yesterday in the last class I created this same one, but I did not specify this financial statement items. So just double click here and see this is the one which I've created. Sorry, this is not ours. Go to position and you take 7676. Yeah, double click. So remove this, click save. Then click the financial statement items and make ensure here. So click on create items. So in that create items, we have to specify one is balance sheet, income statements, whatever you wanted to have in this report. Okay, so create the item. One I specifying that BS, balance sheet, then second one is IS, it means income statements. If you want one more, you can name that as UA. UA means unassigned accounts. If there is unassigned account, you can specify that and just you click enter button here. So now the three items which are created, one is balance sheet, income statement, and unassigned account. So once it's done, so we have to select whichever you wanted to have. Just to check out here. So here we have an asset, liability. Asset and liability has to come under balance sheet, correct, right? How do I bring this to balance sheet? So there is a small arrow button. So by selecting that, we have to specify. Okay, so first we have to select that number 7. Number 7 is nothing but it is an asset. Okay, so I'll be selecting this. So make ensure where is the mouse cursor point here. Okay, and here we have a select option. By clicking this one, and you have to click for selecting. So then only that color immediately that would change. Then after that, once is changed that color, then again select the balance sheet again. So again click on this balance sheet. Okay, and from the balance sheet there is an option called as reassign. The shortcut key also called as shift plus F6. Okay, so I'm taking this is the one. Okay, reassign, the shortcut key is called as shift plus, see what happened. Now is asking balance sheet or is it to be reassigned node, same level or subordinate level. Okay, so I wanted to have it is to be in subordinate level. Select the subordinate and you click OK and see what happened here. So that comes to balance sheet. Okay, and similarly you select liabilities and reassign to your balance sheet again. We'll make it, select this, assign, then again select the balance sheet, then reassign this, select subordinate, click OK. Now we have liability plus equity, and next we have asset, those comes under balance sheet. Okay, this is called as notes. Okay, we are assigning notes in this criteria. Okay, and next we have one more, that net loss, correct, right? Net result, it might be a loss or it might be a profit. The loss, if that comes, that has to come under equity, means that is to be in liabilities mode. So select this, we have a loss here, select the fourth one and select and go to here and this reassign this subordinate, click OK. See this, it's coming. So next we have profit. That profit goes to, is it asset or liability? So could you tell me again? Profit, is it liability plus equity, that net result profit? So select this net profit again, liability plus equity, reassign subordinate. So we have profit and loss. Okay, then next we have P&L, P&L result number 3. Okay, that goes to income statement. Okay, am I correct? P&L result, is it comes under income statement? So use the chat box and you type if that answer is yes. If that correct, you tell me, should I take that in the income statement? Is it correct? You type your answer as yes. Is that correct? P&L account, can we take up in the income statement? P&L result. Not getting answer. Okay. So select and assign this to income statement. Click OK. Okay. What about the other two? Like not assigned, number 1, and financial statement note. So whatever other two stuff we have, that let it be under unassigned account. Okay, that comes, means make that separate. Financial statement means item category notes for that particular area. So select this, subordinate, again select this, reorder it. So totally we have major things: balance sheet, income statement, and unassigned account. And under that we have categorized our items, what is required, what is not required, means which is classified. So net loss, net profit, then uh, income statement, P&L result. Okay, then balance sheet, asset items. Okay, so still we have to assign some of the accounts. As I said, one is chart of account, one is ledger account is required for preparing this one. Then once we created, then finally we have to specify what is your accounting group number which are going to be applicable. So select that liability and equity account group, that number one we created, and we have to specify that item, like example like liabilities, and end of group is total liabilities. Okay, so whichever you want, you name that as there. Okay, we'll see. Just you block this, let it be here. Just you double click, that's all. Once if you double click, then is asking what is the name of that item area, then name that as liabilities. Then end of group, so end of group is total liabilities, so name that as total liabilities. Then press enter key after that by selecting this check mark. I've forgotten to enter, so you remove this start account group, name that as liabilities. Press enter key and see the changes here. What happened here? Liabilities. And similarly, you create another renaming structure, that's for retain earnings when it comes to profit here. Okay, double click, then here retain earnings. Next again here double click and you put again retain earnings, enter. One is for loss, one is for profit. And next one more asset, so let it be asset itself, asset. Then press enter key. And here we have P&L, profit and loss result. Could you tell me, could you suggest me what is the name can I provide for this? Do you suggest me any name? We'll name that as net result. Then press enter key. I hope that is that understood? And other two parameters are there, financial statement notes. So take this under this area, double click, financial statement notes, press enter key, then save. Okay, once if you saved, so select the asset and you create that items. Sir, how do I do that? So here I'm selecting this one. Okay, and click on this create item. See this flow chart, how it's been applied. Okay, so there you can take what is L1, L2, L3. Okay, so current assets, non-current assets. Okay, so other than non-current assets. Okay, whatever stuff you want, that you can define L1, L2, L3. Okay, so name this one as L1, L2, then L3. Then what name I can provide for this? For L1 current assets. So here you can name that as current assets. This would be non-current assets. Okay, other than non-current assets. So any doubts? Then press enter key and say this, the items are listed. But in our account groups, we did not create for current assets, non-current assets, any other subgroups and all. Okay, I have taken actually liabilities, assets, income statements like yeah, incomes and as well as expenses. Okay, so only four accounting groups I have taken, but for understanding purpose, just I'm explaining this how we can take all accounting groups in one area by creating that asset. Okay, and again one more stuff we have to do by selecting this income statement, expenses and income. Under income statement, you select number 8, number 9. So I'm selecting this one, create this 8. So 8 says expenses, 9 income, and press enter key. So this also it's created. Then go to directly liabilities, select the liability and create that item, current liability and non-current liabilities by defining the number 14 and 15 or any number you can take. So click on this. Wait a minute. So select, create an item. So take this current assets, sorry, current liabilities, 15 non-current liabilities. Then press enter key. Okay, and see the stuff now. Again, so if I wanted to create under current liabilities, so still we can assign some of the items if required, like sundry, creditors, loans, that we will do here. Select this, create an item. So name that SC, sundry, creditors, then LN means loans, then other than current liabilities, so OT, press enter key and see the stuff now. So under current liabilities, we created other items. And similarly do it for assets. So current assets, non-current assets. Select this, current liabilities, create item. So take this some number 11, name that as current assets. 12, that stuff non-current assets. So I think I've done it since. Yeah, sorry. Cancel this. So under current assets, you can take some other name like cash and cash equivalent. Go to here, create an item. Saying that cash and cash equivalent. Then next you take L11, name that as bank. Next you take 12 sundry debtors. So next we take inventories, L13 inventories, and final one other current liability, current assets, L14 other current assets. Press enter key and say that. So creating groups, subgroups, and subgroup of subgroups, and non-current assets like land, building, plant and machinery. So take this non-current, create an item, 20 plant. Next 21 buildings. Next plant and machinery. Then furniture and fixture. Next one. Then press enter key and see the stuff here. So you ask me if you have any doubts up to this much. You can use the chat box if understood. You write that as understood. The next step is we have to assign the accounts with the respective accounting groups. And if I run f.10, so it's asking for chart of account, GL account number it is to be. Whatever number range you have, that is to be selected, and you have to provide as per our requirement as you created there, which are related to bank account, which are related to sundry debtors, sundry customers, means sundry creditors, sundry debtors. So before assigning this chart of account, so please confirm me if that understood up to creating that item and assignment. Okay, so before finalizing this, I'm not getting any response. We'll run OBD4. What is the number range we have taken for assets, liabilities, and expenses and income? The T code is OBD4 slash N OBD4 and press enter key, and take the position chart of account 7676 and look at this. What is the number range? 1 lakh to 1,99,000 for asset, expenses 4 lakh to 4,99,999, income 3 lakhs to 3,99,000. So only four categories which I have taken, and we have to run this. We have to assign into our OB58. Okay, so click slash n OB58, not this one. Take this position 7676, double click, then financial statement version or items. It's already we have defined here. So for asset, so click on this, assign accounts. So that would start from 1 lakh to 1,99,999. Select debit and as well as credit. Click OK. And whatever ledgers you created, that applies here. See the list of ledgers what I created for this. And similarly, select this for liabilities, assign accounts. So you cannot assign any note to this, saying that okay. So we will try to do that for expenses 4 lakh series. Where is in expenses? And here that item is not created, it seems. I think this is not saved. Okay. P&L statement, expenses, income. Expenses, income. Might be it is not saved, it seems. So select this, assign 4 lakh, 4,99,999. Define this, click OK. Then go for income, assign ledger, then 3 lakhs, 3,99,999. Select this debit and credit and assign this. So we created liabilities. Save this. So once it's done, we have to go for unit testing, means we have to run that financial statement configuration F5101. So that is the T code. So come back here, /n. So there is an option called as SAP Easy Access Information System Accounting. SAP Easy Access Information System, then accounting. So in that accounting, we have financial accounting, general ledger, financial accounting, general ledger, then balance sheet. Take out balance sheet, or else directly you can use F-01, press enter key. You can take that reports in the chart of account balance, then account balance structure, so on so on. So now here, uh, before running this, make ensure what is a chart of account, then company code, so that we have to understand. So chart of account 7676, then company code again 7676, business area 7676, then you click execute. It's taking time. So this is what financial statement version for 7676. Balance sheet, total liabilities, then balance sheet, total liabilities, total asset. Okay, so here see that text, balance sheet, P&L items, and you can do comparison for the last year also. If there is data, if that data is available for the previous year, so that we can do. So FS item, financial statement version items I've listed here. So this BS, and just double click here to understand the value, which will take you to that details parameter. Click the details and see now financial statement item number 18. Okay, then rent. So this is a set of information you have. So you ask me if you have any doubts. This is all about financial statement version. So tomorrow I'll discuss with our teammates, and we will confirm that exam date. In WhatsApp group, we will inform that what is the exam date, and be prepared for that. And if you have any query, and you ask me, and most of the questions like transactional code and also scenario based questions, most of the times no, will be getting MCQs, ma Kritika, MCQs. And before take up the exam, if you have any queries, and just you discuss with me in the group, and I'll come back to you and solve your problem. Is it okay? Okay, so if you have any query, then I'll be discussing. If you don't have any query, then I'll wind up the session. So can I take your call if you have any queries? Is that understood? So the day one to the last financial statement version. So this is only the basic stuff. Kritika, I'll take. I'll inform to our concerned person ma, so they will upload. And last class also I revised for customer invoice by creating that tax on sales, so that also I'll be informing that to upload. So you go through that and practice, and you can take up the exam. Okay. So maybe it's around 60 marks, 60 questions. Each will carry one marks. Clear? Okay. So see you all. Uh, Aishwarya, that I'll inform in a WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay. So see you all. So have a great day.